All right, we are back, and now we're going to talk about how to distinguish or tell if a Gucci bag, is real or fake. You ready? Let's go.
All
All right, Miss
right.
Cynthia.
I'd say like the easiest tip with Gucci is there always going to be a little tab in here,
Okay.
and on the back of it, there's going to be some numbers. So first of
Oh,
all, make sure the tab is there,
and make sure.
and and the thing that we care about most is the numbers on the top because that's the style number of the bag.
Okay.
And sort of a little trick that I like to do is if you just type into Google Gucci
Yeah.
and this style number,
Yeah.
and then change your search to images,
Yeah.
the bag that pops up on the screen better be the bag that's in your hand.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
So,
so if you guys don't see, well, first of all, let's see this bag. And
which is
Miss Cynthia was
beautiful.
pointing out that this would be a great diaper bag for me, so I'm definitely sending a picture of this to my honey bunny because the birthday's February 1st, just in case anybody wants to sew into my life. Okay. So back to the bag. So it has the tab, right? And then on the back, it has a serial number. And if you type the serial number into Google and change it to images, this bag should come up. If not, you've been duped, right?
Yeah, and there's actually two row of numbers. So the row of numbers that's the style number is the top.
The style number.
The numbers
Okay.
on the row of numbers on the top.
Okay. So the
Yeah,
top
the
number,
first line.
the first line. All right. Ooh, I like this
And
bag.
they're all going to have that, regardless of the vintage. Like, this backpack is a vintage backpack.
Okay.
So with the bamboo trim, everybody loves that.
Yeah. Oh, and you can tell. Look at the Gucci around there.
Yeah.
And, okay.
I mean, again, the hardware is super nice. Everything's stamped.
Hardware. Remember we talked
Yeah.
about hardware.
Heavy. But you can see this has a Gucci tab in it as well. It looks
Okay.
different
See that?
than the one in the newer bag.
But it still has the serial number
on the back. On the
Okay.
back. This time only a single line, just because that one's quite a bit older.
So this is vintage, but it still has the serial number. So I have to work it backwards. So it has Gucci there, and it has the serial number on the back. Same deal. And the hardware. Remember we talked about in my video when we were talking about handbags and how counterfeiters always skimp on the hardware. If you guys can see that it says Gucci all the way around, right? And oh, excuse me. And the bamboo handles, it's just, you can just tell quality, right?
Yeah,
At
it
the end of the
doesn't mean
day.
that the fake ones won't have Gucci stamped all over everything.
Yeah.
But it's going to be all crooked and sloppy and probably not the right font.
Okay.
But for surely not the right font. So Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, they all have a very distinctive font that's just theirs.
Okay. Yay. And then
then
we have a fake.
This is kind of like a super gross fake. So like
Yeah.
you can just immediately
that's like Canal
tell.
Street.
Like when you look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you look at this crazy tab that's inside
Oh,
of it,
look at that. It's not even symmetrical.
So they have
that
put a
looks,
tab in there.
come on
but,
now.
yeah.
That looks yucky, y'all. Y'all know that's not real. Come on. Let's be real. Yeah, this you can and the hang tag is kind of icky and it's just not.
And this one's also a good example of like bad lining. So basically, like all the fakes, we do something called the crunch test. So
Yeah.
if you pull this lining out and it
And it
crunches
makes
up in your
noises.
hand,
Yeah.
I mean, you can just look at like how yucky the fabric is. I mean, there's like a flimsy piece of cardboard in here.
Yeah, that's not.
So, and definitely like that's the first place they're going to skimp is on the lining of the bag.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now, are there as many? Because the minute I came in, I saw this bag. So this is like Gucci's version of the Speedy, right?
Yeah, it's the
And
doctor bag.
The doctor bag. And look, the hardware. And we talked about like in the Louis Vuitton video, like the symmetry and the stitching. It just looks very clean. Everything's even. Just beautiful. Okay.
I mean, the G's are all lined up, and
Yeah.
in Gucci land, it's called the Boston bag. So
Boston
Speedy, it's pretty much the same, like doctor-looking satchel bag.
Ladies, tell your boo Boston bag or Speedy bag. Boston Speedy. Boston Speedy. All right. Oops, sorry. All right. So now you know this is our third video. So you know how to distinguish between the Louis Vuitton bag, fake bag, and real bag, Chanel bag, and now Gucci. So you should be well on the way. And I think the recurring theme in all three videos is just feel it. Quality, and do your research, right? You can't be a lazy consumer.
And also, as much as we all love to get those $5 like designer bags, and they happen enough to keep us shopping thrift, right?
Yeah.
if it's too good to be true, most of the time it really
It really
is. So,
is.
you know, if you're getting $10 for a bag
Yeah.
at Goodwill,
Yeah.
it's probably got
probably-
a bag. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Miss Cynthia.
Thank you. It's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. All right. We never pay retail. We'll be back. I'm going to do some shopping. And if you're following me on Periscope, then you'll be shopping along with me. Toodles. Bye.